The data that's used to create these certificates following around are they come from two different sources. When the awards are generated using Scupper, right after that, an XML file is sent to the Dropbox containing all of the tables that are found in the scoring database for that round. These are then stored in the XML contest files that I've shown here, which is in the root of the Dropbox. So this shows up as my Dropbox and then my name, and then in the root is the XML contest file. So here's my root of my Dropbox, and down near the bottom are the XML contest files. Now there's a little program in here you can use to edit these files directly. We can also edit these files from within Scupper. But let's open up one of these. I'm going to open up Delhi. I can double click this and choose Delhi, and it will use this view XML file to show you the tables. Now there's a list of the tables that are found in the XML file. If you want to think about an XML file from Scupper, it's much like a workbook in Excel. A workbook has a bunch of possible different tables in it, and they have little tabs at the bottom. Here, the tables are listed along the side, and the contents of the tables are shown in the center window here. These tables contain all of the information that's used to create the documents, with one exception, and that is the list of medals. And this will actually contain a list of medals, but this list of medals, if you look at it, is generated from the settings in Scupper, and may not include exactly what was presented. If there's been any adjustments to the PowerPoint, this may not totally be accurate. It's usually really, really close, but it might not be accurate. So we've gone in the habit of creating these from the PowerPoints. So this table here, when you open the program Certer, the certificate maker, it will ask you to import from the PowerPoint a list of all the medals that were contained in the PowerPoint. I've opened the I've opened the round folder. Here it's WSC Master Rounds, Regional Rounds 2024 Delhi. And inside this folder, there's a bunch of the files we use when we create the round, and one of those is the PowerPoint for the awards ceremony. Now if I open this up, I'll be opening up the awards PowerPoint that was used during the awards ceremony. And here it is, and let's take a little closer look at what's in there. Scupper creates this, and it uses the tables in Scupper to create the awards PowerPoint, and it of course contains all of these slides that show the award winners. Now there's a little detail in here that isn't obvious. That is, if you open up the notes down here at the bottom, you'll see there's some stuff down there, and let's make that a little bigger by going into the different view. The view for the notes pages is this, and here we can see that we have the upper part. Here we have 201 Ishavani Mishra, Mount Carmel High School, Dwarka, and down below here, this same person is just listed as 6943. That's their tag number, and their place, 201, and then the event they're in, debate champion. So this basically gives me the information for this person right here. Every slide that presents any awards is the same. It contains the data, the table data for that award in the notes. So what we do then to do the actual certificates is we get our list of awards, our list of gold and silver medals and trophies, not from the database, but from the awards PowerPoint that was actually used to present the awards. This prevents a discrepancy between those two tables. And it may be subtle, but sometimes there are adjustments made to the specific to the awards, last minute changes or whatever. And if you have a PowerPoint that contains exactly what you gave at the award ceremony, that's the most reliable list. And we can get the list of the medals from this PowerPoint. Okay, so now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the import, and let me show you what that looks like. Okay, now we're going to run Certer, which I have just done here. I just went to the shortcut for Certer and clicked on that, and it opens the program. What comes up first is a list of recent XML files, and we're going to be working with the latest one, the Delhi one. And so as I open the Delhi XML file, this has just been generated by the Scupper program for the awards ceremony. Now, when I click this one, I'm going to open the XML file here, and it will load that into the memory. And when it's done, it will look to see if it has done an import yet. I'll show you what the difference is here in just a second. Here is the awards ceremony from Delhi. I'm just going to click that when it asks me about it and let it import the files. It'll open up the PowerPoint here, and you'll see it down in the corner here. Down here you'll see it going through the different files and grabbing all of the data from the comments section. Now what that has just done is replace the the table of medals in here. So if I go in here and look at edit medal lists, this is now a recently generated file, and you'll notice if you look closely on here, here's a table, and it contains the slide number. Each medal as it's pulled up can be you can record which slide it was on, just numbered 1 through 200 or 300 slides. And that's a hint that this has already been imported. It's already been saved. You can save it again if you like, but the next time you run this next time we run the Certer program, it'll come up and we'll see that it will ask us for Delhi. Whoops, messed that up. There it is. It'll ask us for the name of our file, and this time it will not ask us to import it. It will instead say, well, you've already imported it, and because it records where it got the PowerPoint. It has a table in there. Anytime you want to see the raw tables, down here at the bottom it says Edit Raw XML Tables. You can go in and edit those as you see fit, and there's a whole bunch of, this is all of the data in this one place. Is anything here that you change can be saved with the Save XML button. Anything you change can be saved here, and you can manipulate the data on the certificates. For example, if a student's name was misspelled, you could just open up the students right here. There's some other places you can do this too. Find that student's Scholars Cup ID number, SCUP ID, and go down and find that kid and change their name to the correct spelling or whatever it is. It's a little more tricky to change their school. Notice here it says School ID, and in here you can change the school ID to a different school ID, but there's no place to change the name of the school if the name of the school is misspelled. You can actually quickly work around that by changing the school's name here. If the school was misspelled, you could just change it in the schools table, and then it will be changed for every student that's attached to that school. There's a lot of other information in here. One place I often find myself going is in the list of contests. Here we see the contest ID 3. And if we go over, we see a little further to the right, we see that the 3 is the junior division, and the younger version of that is the Kriya. And the 4, the second contest here is the contest ID number 4. And over here on the right side, you see that's the senior division, and the young division for that is barely seniors. Also in here, you'll see the qualifying score. Here the cutoff was set for both divisions at 20,000. And that's usually set for, you don't want to usually change that because that's set within Scupper, and it controls what's seen on the additional qualifiers. So anything in here, you can change the name of the round if you like. If somebody has put a cute name on here and you want to make it simpler or more complicated, you can change the name of the round and that'll show up on every certificate basically. So here's where all of the data is found, and the one that is one of the biggest tables in here is the list of medals. And the list of medals can be filtered by the student ID, the Scholars Cup, the team ID. There's a bunch of places in here. We can use this table to generate most all of the certificates, and that's one of the key things. So that's now been imported. You can tell it's been imported because it has a slide number, and it's in here. You can, if somebody missed out on an award, you could go to the bottom. I think there's a place you can add at the bottom. Boy, that's a long list. That's like 3,000 rows in there. Gosh, there it is. And you can actually go to the bottom, pick a new unique number here, 15330 or something, and you'll have to fill out something in every column. And for example, if you wanted to add a qualifier by adding their Scholars Cup ID here, you could. You could put in a place here for them and so forth. Okay, so you can actually edit the files in here, and when you're done, click Save, and it will change the saved data in the XML, and it will change anything that's found on the certificates. So this is a little bit of the backdoor story of the tables that go into the certificates. Okay.